Hello and welcome back to Ginger Welsh Allotments. Today I am looking through my humongous lot of seeds and these are all from this year, I'm afraid. So I might have gone a bit overboard with the seed buying, but I'm looking through them now to see what I need to sow for the coming winter and the next immediate months. Now, I bought a magazine the other day, I'm advertising it, which was very good, and I got these 3 free seed packets. So spring onion, radish and rocket. Now I've had no luck with rocket whatsoever. So hopefully these will be better, and I'm going to plant them out as soon as possible. Now, I also want to plant in some pok choy. I've never planted this before. I've eaten it, but I've not planted it. I need to re-sow some swede. I also need to sow some more mixed lettuce as I'm running out of that. What else? I've done the carrots. Oh, I bought these the other day and I'm very excited about them. It says I'm meant to sow them in January. And I got some mixed sponge. My husband's very excited about these ones because they got Scotch bonnet chilies and Thai chili. But I don't think I'll grow as many chili plants next year as I have this year, as I've had to put them on my windowsill because they're all bunching up on top of each other and nothing's getting ripe. So, what have I got here? I'm going to sow some coriander and some mizuna because I think they will grow alright over the winter. And I'm going to grow some celery as well. Oh, and there's chives in there, and I like chives, so I might grow some of them. Looking into getting into the flowers section now. So what else have I got? I don't need velouté beans, I don't need them. I don't need parsnip, I don't need lemongrass. I don't need onions, and I don't need the peas. I don't need melon, I don't need carrot. I need to regrow my cabbage for the winter. And it's also probably need to start thinking about sowing for the summer as well. So here's some more cauliflower, which does say on it cauliflower all the year round. So that's probably what I'll use rather than that, because that says from January to June. But I do want to do the chives. There's the beetroot. I was on about beetroot. Now, here is the seeds I bought for the courgettes. So you see, I foolishly bought 6 packets within 1 packet of different varieties, which is now why I've sown 4 lots of courgette plants, which I won't be sowing 4 lots of courgette plants next year. I might sow 1 of 3 varieties that I didn't sow this year. Right, have I got everything? What did I need to re-sow? Lettuce. I want to sow spinach. I have got lettuce, but I wanted to sow other lettuce, didn't I? There we are. I wanted to sow some of that lettuce as well as the cut and come again one. So that's everything I need to sow for now, and I won't be sowing a lot of either. So that's it, that's sorted now. I know what I've got to sow for the coming months. I better go and get on with it, hadn't I? So moving on to planting out the seeds, I have here some multi-purpose compost which I've sieved so it's a bit finer, easier for the seeds to grow into, and I've got a variety of different seed growing things to put different seeds in. The wood is on there just to stop the wind from blowing it off. So let's get cracking. So I'm going to start by growing the spinach and the lettuce. I'm going to do them both in this, and then I'll prick them out when they get a bit bigger. So that's 8 lots of spinach this side. And then we'll move on to the lettuce. I'm going to lightly cover them with a bit of the sieved compost. So I need to label them now. So I'm going to put that there because I'm getting a bit short on labels. It's got spinach on one side and lettuce on the other. So the beetroot I'm going to sow in the module trays because I'm going to sow them in clumps of 3 or 4, and I'm also going to sow the spring onions in clumps of 5 or 6. So I'll just fill this with multi-purpose. So now it's full of multi-purpose. I'm just going to make some holes in which to sow the beetroot and spring onions. I'm going to sow this top 2 rows with the beetroot and the rest with the spring onions. So I don't know if you can see the seed. That's the beetroot seed. So it's quite easy to see how many you're putting in. 3 per module. So even if only 1 germinates, then it'll just grow 1 solo. Oh, I think I put rather a lot in that one. Gonna pop the label in, cover it over. And I won't bother labelling the spring onions because I'll know that all these are spring onions because I know I planted spring onions with the beetroot. Thank you, Griff. Now, it might seem like I'm planting a lot of spring onions, but I didn't have a very good onion crop, so I need some spring onions. And that's what the spring onions look like charcoal, very much like all the alliums really. Okay, so that's all them done. I'll give them a thorough soaking later on. So moving on to the bok choy, and I'm gonna plant it along with the January king cabbage, which I'm gonna do bok choy on one side and cabbage on the other. I've not planted bok choy before. Hard to see the camera. There we are. Tiny little seeds, they're like the sweet seeds. Just do the same this side. And a light covering. Moving on to the mixed seed, I'm just going to grow this in a little container like this. I'm not going to move it or anything. It's just going to grow in the greenhouse in one of these containers. I have done about 4 sowings of this packet, so I haven't just used the whole thing in there. You pop the label in and then water it. And now I'm going to sow the cauliflower and the Swedes. I'm going to sow 2 of these per station and 3 of these per station. So if all these germinate, I'll just pick out the weaker seedling. And the last thing I'm going to plant today is the coriander and chives. And I've had to switch to my iPad because I've run out of memory on my phone. So I've got a couple of radish and rocket left, which I haven't planted, but I need to plant them in the containers or in the ground, wherever I'm going to plant them. I need to plant them direct. So I'm going to crack on with planting the chives and the basil, and I won't be able to record that, I'm afraid, but I'll just do it the same as I did with the lettuce, which is just scatter a couple of seeds over it and then cover it on top with some soil. Okay, so I just opened up this packet and I wanted to show you the 6 packets that were in there, because as you can see they're quite a tidy little size of seeds, because you don't often want an awful lot of seeds. Sometimes you get like 1,000 seeds, which is fine if you're doing something like lettuce where you're successive growing, but for something like Brussels sprouts where you only need a couple, then 1,000 seeds is quite a lot. Anyway, so I just thought I'd show you how compact and tidy this little collection was. So I've just added the coriander and chives to the rest of the sown stuff today, and I'm just going to go and get the watering can and give them a water and then plonk them in the greenhouse. Well, not plonk them, I'm going to gently put them in the greenhouse. So that's it for today, I think, unless I show you them in the greenhouse. Lovely job.